Well, good morning, guys. Hope you're doing good. Big A coming to you live from the Station Camp Greenway. Hope you're having a great fall morning. It's beautiful. It's crisp out here this morning. Got the whole trail to myself so far. Hey, I titled this, It's Better to Be Proactive Than Reactive. I want to tell you a quick little story. About 6 or 7 years ago, when I was in the construction business, we built a couple of $1 million house for a client. He called me about 3 months before the project was over and said, I want to know how much money I'm going to owe at the end. And I said, well, that's pretty hard to tell you 3 months out. And he said, well, just give me a close idea. So I went through and took the scope of work and figured the project, and he was going to be about $85,000 over budget, which was not terrible, for a $2 million house. But what I failed to tell him was that you are already about $100,000 over budget, which he knew, but I didn't add them together and tell him, the total amount, which was close to a couple of $100,000. Well, we get to the end of the project, and it's time to settle up, and I give him a bill, and he about passes out, and he said, what is this? I said, well, that's the amount you owe. And he said, well, you told me I owed you this much money. And I'm going to tell you, at that time, I had a knot in my stomach that I wanted to throw up. I knew exactly, instantaneously, what had happened. And it took me a couple of days to figure it out, but I had to call him to tell him what had happened. And I didn't want to. I wanted to crawl underneath my desk. And I said, I got to call him now and tell him what's going on because it's not going to change. But I literally wanted to throw up. I was so sick. And I said, well, I got to call him. I got to face the music. Some of you guys today are facing similar situations, maybe not to that magnitude, but there's things that you're needing to deal with that you're kicking the can down the road, that you're not addressing proactively. And I just want to encourage you today to deal with it, whatever it is, because it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. And not only will it get worse, your creativity will be squelched. You won't be able to think of anything but that situation. And I just want to tell you, like my COO, Tom Schwab, says, clarity comes on the other side of a difficult 10-minute conversation. Most of the time I have found out through experience that it's not as bad as you make it in your mind. We come up with every scenario known to man. This is going to happen, that's going to happen. And I have found historically it's really not that way. Sometimes it may be people that you need to get rid of in your organization. They could want to quit worse than you want to get rid of them, and sometimes you're doing them a favor. Or a family member is struggling with a situation and you just don't want to deal with it. And quite honestly, it could be the best thing that could happen for you and them to deal with it. I just want to encourage you today. I don't know what it is that you're dealing with, but I want to encourage you to deal with it today so you can get it off your mind, so you can be more creative, so you can be more passionate about what it is that you want to accomplish in this fourth quarter of 2016. You do not want to go into 2017 with this on your mind. So don't do like I did and put it off for a couple of days. Go ahead and just deal with it. Get it over with, get it out in the open, face the music and deal with it so it doesn't keep you hostage, so it just doesn't distract you from the other things that you're needing to do, whether it be with your children, your job. I want to encourage you today to go into the office or to get that family member and deal with that difficult situation, okay? It's better to be proactive than reactive, regardless of what you're dealing with. I know you can go out there today and take care of it. I'm Aaron Walker coming to you live from the Greenway. Have a great weekend. Hey, I've got a prediction, by the way. Tennessee is going to beat Alabama tomorrow. You just wait and see. The score, 21-17. Go Vols. Have a good one. We'll see you.